Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty fascinating. We're looking at this intersection of creativity, tech, and, well, intellectual property. And just so you know right up front, this is actually a sponsored deep dive. That means we're focusing on a specific platform and its impact using the material you've shared with us. So the core topic is how AI, artificial intelligence, isn't just helping out anymore. It feels like it's really starting to reshape how stories get told and content gets made. Especially, when you think about building IP, imagine being able to turn ideas into real assets fast. It's kind of a revolutionary shift we're exploring today.
Exactly. And our mission really is to unpack how a platform like Harmin Books is, well, right at the forefront of this.
Yeah.
It seems to be enabling this new way of creating IP incredibly quickly. We'll dig into the info you send over to see how it might turn authors, or really anyone with an idea, into these IP factories. Entities just churning out new creative work.
Okay, yeah, let's jump right in then. I think a lot of you listening might have that dream, right? You've got a story idea, maybe a whole world built up in your head. You want to publish a novel, but then reality hits, the time it takes. Maybe you feel you don't have the writing chops, or just how complicated publishing seems. It often feels just out of reach. So what if there was, like, a shortcut, a way to accelerate that vision? Well, that's where GMB Labs AI's Harmin Books comes into the picture, based on what we've seen. Its promise is honestly pretty bold. Taking your story idea and using AI to whip up a whole professional-sounding novella, and they say it takes just minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah, minutes, not weeks or months.
That almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But the mechanics behind it, they seem quite specific. Harmin Books uses these advanced AI models. You give a single prompt, just a concise idea, and the AI supposedly gets it and builds out a full manuscript, over 40,000 words. And it's not just a wall of text either. It's structured beautifully, they say, into 25 unique chapters. When you think about traditional writing, months, maybe years,
Right.
the speed difference is, well, it's potentially transformative.
And a really big part of this seems to be how accessible it is. Our research says it's built for all types of creatives. So you don't have to be some seasoned author already. Aspiring writers, maybe content creators looking for something new, even entrepreneurs, they can all use it. The big takeaway seems to be no writing experience required. Got the idea, they aim to give you the novella.
And it's not just the words on the page, apparently. The platform also designs these really striking AI-generated book covers. And they're tailored, right, to match the story's theme, the tone, whatever the genre is.
Oh, okay.
So whether it's mystery or romance or maybe some epic fantasy, it tries to capture that whole package. Visually, too.
Okay, so that's what Harmin Books offers. But the next question is why? Why are creators getting excited about platforms like this? Let's maybe unpack that a little. What's the draw?
Yeah, good question. And the materials point to several key things. First, the full-length novella part, 40,000 plus words, instantly. That's
Right.
huge. Second, those covers we just mentioned, eye-catching, professional-looking, AI-made, big plus.
Definitely.
Third, the structure, a complete story, 25 chapters, making sense.
Yeah.
That's vital for keeping readers hooked. And it handles lots of genres, fantasy, romance, sci-fi, mystery, even things like isekai. They transported to another world stuff.
Ah, right.
So lots of creative room, plus there are editing tools built in if you want to tweak things. And if you're thinking bigger, like a whole series, it helps with that too, generating sequels, new volumes.
Wow.
And you get instant downloads, TXT format, and a really big one, audiobook narration.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, brings the story to life with voice, helps you reach more people.
That combination, the instant download and the audiobook option, that really highlights how simple they're trying to make it, doesn't it? The idea is basically concept to something bookstore ready in minutes. You put in your idea, AI does the heavy lifting, drafting, formatting, cover, and then bam, download it or start editing right away.
Exactly. And the audiobook feature means you're not just stuck with text. You can offer multiple formats, reach a wider audience. That's pretty crucial these days. It really positions a tool like this as an all-in-one storytelling studio. The goal seems to be making publishing accessible for, well, almost everyone.
All right, so we see the power for creating individual stories, but here's where I think it gets really interesting, where we shift gears a bit. We need to talk about the strategic power of novellas for building intellectual property. It's thinking bigger than just one book, right? More like building a creative portfolio.
Absolutely. This is a key point the materials emphasize. Novellas can be, and I quote, excellent IP builders, especially when done strategically. And here's the kicker. when they're paired with automation and AI-driven content platforms.
Ah.
So it's not just about writing shorter fiction. It's leveraging that format with AI for IP advantage.
Yeah.
So why are novellas so potent as IP assets? Well, a few reasons. First, lower barrier to entry, faster production. They're typically 10K to 40K words, much quicker than a full novel.
Makes sense.
This lets creators create and test many concepts quickly. They become ideal IP testing grounds. You can iterate fast, see what sticks, without a multi-year investment each time. Second, they're perfect for serial content. You see this a lot. Best-selling authors, big studios, they use novellas for episodes. Think Kindlevella, Radish, web novel.
For those platforms.
Yeah, it lets you build out characters, worlds, lore, bit by bit. Then you can expand the successful ones later into novels, comics, games, whatever. It's foundational. Third, adaptability. They're incredibly flexible. A hit novella isn't just a novella. It can become an audiobook easily. It can be adapted into manga, a webtoon, developed into scripts for anime, visual novels, maybe even turned into indie games, mobile games, or TV pilots, film shorts. And the crucial part, the creator retains IP rights across all of these. That's maximizing asset value.
That's key, retaining the rights.
Totally. And finally, they're great for exploring niches and genres, things like fantasy, sci-fi, romance, isekai, horror, cyberpunk. They're huge online.
Yeah, massive markets.
So the novella series let you test what resonates with those specific audiences, and then you only double down and expand the winners. It's super efficient market testing. Build a loyal base.
Okay, so novellas are strategically powerful. AI platforms like Harmin Books can generate them incredibly fast. What happens when you put those two things together? I mean, that sounds like it changes the game entirely.
It really does. The material suggests that owning an AI platform that spits out novellas, covers audiobooks, that's a game-changing advantage.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is what that actually unlocks. Let's break it down. First, mass IP generation. Suddenly you can potentially generate dozens or hundreds of novella-length IPs per month.
Hundreds. Wow.
Yeah, and each one can be like branded, packaged, and monetized as a complete micro-franchise, a mini world ready to go. Second, you get data-driven IP incubation. Platforms like this could track engagement, right? Downloads, reviews, listening time.
Okay, yeah.
So the ones that do best, they can be sequelized, adapted into other media, maybe licensed or pitched to studios or publishers. It makes creativity iterative, market responsive, guided by actual data. Third, it allows for a complete pathway for monetization, or a full-stack funnel, as they put it. Creators get control over the whole pipeline, from the AI-generated manuscript and the custom book cover to the narrated audiobook version. Distribution, maybe even merch translations. The material even mentions things like NFTs or gamification potential. It's an end-to-end ecosystem. Fourth, the potential for a direct-to-fan platform. Imagine building your own little store or a subscription thing like Radish or web novel.
Oh, bypassing the middleman.
Exactly. Fans follow characters, series directly. You could bundle titles, create niche labels, like a cyberpunk romance series or an isekai saga series. Less reliance on traditional gatekeepers. And fifth, huge licensing and adaptation opportunities. Look, if you're creating hundreds of original IPs, odds are some may hit the jackpot.
Right, statistically.
And since you, the creator, own all underlying rights, that opens massive doors. Studios, streamers, game developers, they might want to license your hits for bigger things.
That really paints a picture. It connects back to that example vision for Harmin Books you mentioned, describing it as an AI-powered IP creation engine. Outputting these novella packs, ebook, cover, audiobook, allowing indie publishers, storytellers, even production companies to license them or grow them into franchises. It's just a completely different way of thinking about creating content and owning it.
Precisely. That's the core insight, I think. Owning an AI novella platform isn't just making books anymore. It's like, as the source says, running a digital content studio at scale. You're building worlds, franchises, and long-tail IP assets, things that can create value for years.
Well, this has been quite the deep dive, hasn't it, into what feels like the future of publishing, maybe even IP itself. What we've seen is this incredible potential with AI, like with Harmin Books. It's not just making publishing easier for everyone, which is big. It seems to be fundamentally changing how intellectual property gets created, tested, and scaled up.
It really does. Yeah. And it leaves us with a pretty provocative thought for you, the listener, to chew on. If IP can be generated and tested this fast at this kind of scale, what new creative industries might pop up? What new ways of collaborating? What totally unexpected kinds of stories might emerge?
Yeah.
How does this change what it even means to be a creator going forward?
Absolutely fascinating questions, lots to think about there. Thank you all for joining us on this deep dive into the future of storytelling and IP. We hope it sparked some ideas.